Mother's Day is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. I love Mother's Day, but it can also be heavy. It's a heavy day for me, and sometimes it's both at the same time. There are mothers that we've lost. I've spent the last 26 years of my life without my mother. Before we talk about Mother's Day, I want to ask you something. When you hear the word mother, who shows up in your mind first? Is it the woman that raised you, or is it the woman who tried? Is it warmth, or is it complicated? Or is it a version of yourself that you're still becoming? When we think about motherhood, it spans beyond just a title, just a holiday. It's not just birth. Mother is action. Mother is a verb. And today, we're talking about that verb and what it means across the generations.
Welcome to Chirp Session, hosted by AC Thompson.
Welcome to the Chirp Session Weekly Diary Generation Series, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, future mothers, current mothers, mothers who are no longer with us. Happy Mother's Day. If you've been following Chirp Session and you've tapped into the Generation Series, you all are well aware that I've been thinking a lot about the generations and how we differ and how we're the same and how we can start to come together these days, right? I think about what gets passed down during these generations because that's where the healing starts. And what gets swallowed. Pause. No, seriously. What gets suffocated? Like what gets stowed away? We'll scratch that out. What gets suffocated? Before our mothers were mothers, they were daughters, right? And before that, there were just women doing what they could. They were just doing what they were taught. They did what they saw. Some of our mothers were raised in some of the most complex of situations, and they didn't really talk about it. No softness, no affirmations, just endurance. So when we say she did the best that she could, sometimes what we really mean is she did what she learned or she did what she was taught, right? Ask yourself this, chirpers. What did your mother teach you without ever saying a word? Like, what were those silent lessons that she didn't really have to say out loud, but you learned from her? You got those lessons from her. How did she love? Was it through actions or was it through language? What fears did she carry silently? So you didn't have to. A lot of women were taught to be strong. There was not a lot of emphasis on how to be gentle, but they were taught how to be strong, how to be survivors, how to make it in a world that just wasn't designed for them. Strength, that got inherited. It got inherited. Some of us weren't raised on bedtime stories and hugs and snuggles and kisses. We were raised on resilience. We were raised to overcome, right? Mother's Day is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. I love Mother's Day, but it can also be heavy. It's a heavy day for me, and sometimes it's both at the same time. There are mothers that we've lost. I've spent the last 26 years of my life without my mother, physically, right? So I lost my mom. She's no longer here in the physical. But then we have mothers that we've lost relationships with. And we don't talk enough about grieving mothers that are still alive, grieving those relationships, right? Some of you listening, you love your mother deeply, and you still carry the wounds from her. Both can be true at the same time, y'all. Have you ever mourned the mother you needed while you were loving the mother that you have? Have you ever wanted comfort from the same person who caused the pain? That grief has no funeral. That grief has no closure ceremony. It's just those silent moments where you realize something is missing. Mom, I need you. Mom, hear me out. Mom, it hurts. But It doesn't make you ungrateful at all, chirpers. It overall makes you honest with yourself, with your mother, with that moment. So we are allowed to tell the truth now. And I know that some of our moms, they don't want to hear that. They don't want you talking back. They don't want you telling them where they lack. There's a respectful way to do it. And I also feel like there's a respectful way to listen. Healing does not mean blaming, but it does require naming. And I'm going to repeat that. I want you guys to marinate on that. I want you guys to absorb that. Healing does not mean blaming, but it does require naming. Write it down. Marinate. Think on that, y'all. A lot of us are becoming the generation that asks those hard questions. That's where we are the difference makers, right? The ones who say, this doesn't end with me. We're breaking that generational cycle. And that doesn't dishonor your mother. It honors your healing in the time that is right for you. You can respect where you came from, and you can still decide where the pain stops for you. Ask yourself this. What ends with you? Okay? What behaviors? Number one, what behaviors? What silences, right? The things that we keep quiet. What emotional habits? What are the things that end with you? What kind of love do you want to pass down, even if you never passed down your last name, even if you never have children? What type of love do you want to pass down? Healing is inherited too, but that's only if someone chooses it. And maybe that person, chirpers, is you, right? Now, let's talk about the women who mothered us without the title. And I know we have a lot of them out there. Kudos, snaps, we love y'all. We're talking about the grandmothers. We're talking about the aunts. We're talking about those sisters who grew up too fast. We're talking about the teachers who noticed when no one else did. We're talking about those neighbors who cared, who looked out. We're talking about family friends, the women who stepped in when no one else couldn't. Some of us were mothered by women who did not give birth to us. I can attest to that too. I was blessed to have my birth mother. I lost my birth mother when I was 14, but I was also blessed to have gained a second mom throughout college. And I love her dearly. And she played a huge part in my development, in my growth, in how I am as a person, along with my birth mother, right? She helped save my life. She helped to save my life. She showed consistency in a time that I was vulnerable. Protection, gentleness, safety. Blood isn't the only thing that mothers, chirpers. So today, we're going to take a moment and we're going to honor them all because they held that place and they made us who we are today. All right, so now, listen closely because this part is for anyone who finds Mother's Day hard. You are allowed to mother yourself. It sounds weird, doesn't it? Sounds a little funny. Doesn't sound right. But you are allowed to give yourself what you did not receive. And that's tough. I was telling a friend the other day that we have to give ourselves everything that we expect from others, mothers included, right? That way, if it walks away, if it departs, willing or unwilling, right? We're not completely stripped of those things that we need. We still have the nourishment from what we've been feeding ourselves. So we had this deep conversation back and forth about this and a beautiful moment. And I just feel like I need to share that with you guys. Like, you have to know that you have to feed yourself any and everything that you expect from others, because you can you know for certain you can depend on you, right? Repeat after me. Softness, rest, grace, kind words. Reparenting yourself is not crazy, y'all. It takes some courage. A lot of things that we're embarking upon through this series takes courage. If no one ever told you that you're doing enough, let me be the one to say it. You are. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. And you are allowed to do things differently. Mother yourself with patience. That's a layer no one ever talks about. This week, I want you to sit with one question. Just one. What kind of love do you want to pass down? Even if it only ever lives through me. So, what kind of love do I want to pass down? Even if that love only ever lives through me. Write on it, reflect on it, or even share it with me, y'all. Like I keep saying, I want to hear it. And if today, this week, this month, this year is heavy, be gentle with yourself. You don't have to celebrate to honor the truth of your story. But I do thank you for holding space with me today. Until next time, mother yourself gently. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Church Session via your favorite podcast platform. Follow Church Session on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X for behind-the-scenes content and to join the conversation. Next week, Gen Z is you. You're up next week. I had to pay homage and I had to talk about Mother's Day this week. Y'all are up. Y'all are butts up the bat. I love y'all. Everyone have a great week, an amazing week. We shall commence. Later.
It's extremely hard in those moments.
Host AC Thompson.